Bang, 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 bang. All right. It's queued up. Ready to go. We are live. We're going to kind of hang out. Just kind of chill out for a little bit, everyone. Everyone just chill out. Thanks for tuning in tonight for another great episode of Watch With Us. You had a great episode. I haven't watched it yet. Mark, have you watched it? I mean, yeah, that was the dumbest question.
I watched it one song at a time.
I haven't watched it at all. I've been so busy that I have not found time yet. So I've been looking forward to it tonight. Who knows? Might just watch it on full speed.
Full speed.
Really, I don't know.
It was a bit of a slower episode.
Mm-hmm. Let me say something.
Say something.
Okay, I just want to get some level checks on you. Dude, I got terrible news today. I went to the dentist. And they're like, dude, your teeth are rotting out. You're a fool. No one likes you. And you got to get a root canal. Damn.
Man. The dentist really goes through a lot for you.
I'm just kidding. All they said is I got to get a root canal, and I'm really upset. It's going to hurt. It's not my first.
What's the recovery time on something like that?
It's not terrible. Good to hear. So the problem is that you have to get the root canal done, and then they like give you a temporary tooth, and it's like you got to be so careful with it. Oh my gosh. People are pouring in. Thanks for tuning in. This isn't talk about my tooth time. This is actually the review of last week's episode. And we're going to get to it in a few minutes here. We're just waiting for some more club members to join in here. If you haven't watched this week's episode, we are about to watch it. And if you can't stay, it is available on our YouTube channel. Just go ahead and look for season 2, episode 5, Echo of the Astral Sea. It's been very fun working on it, and I can't wait to see where it really goes. It's gonna be one that
I'm really looking forward to it.
We get an opportunity to kind of like showcase and play for a while, so you know it's just exciting to think about sharing something for that long and trying to take care of it for that long. It is exciting,
especially considering it's like we've only just started.
Yeah. We get so many good ideas going in every episode we get. I'm like, you can't just unload it all, like at once. Like that's so silly, right? So I'm always going through my notes and thinking like, what fits for this episode? Is that too much? Should am I, everything, because I have so much good stuff I just want to share with everyone, like at all times. I mean, you know how it is, like.
Oh yeah,
just like, oh, listen to my D&D. I got the shirts from Adam's Family in.
Oh, hell yeah,
they fit great. I'll upload a video to the super secret Discord. Do.
It'd be cool if any of our club members joined us.
Great.
Alex said he might join, but he was busy with family stuff.
I think it's the video where Nope, that's not it. Oh, there it is. This is gonna be so friggin' silly. Table of Tales.
It's already silly.
It's gonna be. I just put a video of me doing some test footage in my costume,
Mm-hmm.
and then the opening of the t-shirts. And God,
Nice.
I'm telling you, it's gonna be so silly. I can't take
I love that cape.
it. It's gonna be awesome, dude. I can't wait to share all the behind the scenes footage I've taken up setting up the studio and stuff.
Oh, what do you know? I just got a push YouTube short from our actual Spelljammer campaign.
Oh yeah. Dude, the barbarian shirt he sent me. So he sent
Yeah,
us a bunch just to test the sizes and make sure they're gonna fit.
right.
And I tested the barbarian one, the one I'm gonna wear. It fits so good.
Hmm.
Oh, it's gonna be awesome, dude. I'm so excited.
I'm really looking forward to it. I've been doing notes and we're doing the reread of the modules.
Yeah, that Thursday, Friday, I'm taking Friday off work. That Thursday, I'm gonna come pick you up.
Hmm.
That Thursday night, I'm hoping you can stay at Dayton's for that weekend because I don't have a house right now.
Yeah, I'll
Can
talk to him.
If not, we'll figure something out.
Yeah.
However, Friday night, I'm probably gonna actually just put an inflatable mattress and stay there, and maybe Saturday night too.
Right.
And there's plenty of space to kind of do that if we need. Um, but Thursday night and Friday, we're gonna do table reads.
Okay.
Alex will be off work maybe around 3 or 4. We'll get a bunch of table reads. We'll start recording some of the stuff Friday, like the DM stuff, the educational stuff. You and me can record a lot of it,
For sure.
and then Friday we'll do a table read of it. We'll go through the whole thing, make sure everyone's ready. Then Saturday, Sakura will be on stage, and we're gonna just do it all. I can't wait.
Hammer home.
I'm so friggin' excited. It's gonna be a long day. Like
Yeah.
Saturday is gonna be a lot of tabletop gaming, and we're gonna be tired, but it's gonna be awesome.
It's gonna be worth it.
Yeah. Well, it might just be us two to start here.
Looks like.
Yep.
Well, take us in.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and get started here. This is the club watch of episode 5, season 2 of our debut campaign, Echo of the Astral Sea. And yeah, we're just gonna watch last week's episode. I haven't seen it yet. Mark does the edit. This is considered the Mark edit. You can always tune in on Monday and watch us and watch it live, and it's up on our YouTube. And then that Saturday will be the Mark edit that goes up, and it's got all the great soundtracks embedded and sound effects, and it's all edited down to be a much better production. So we're gonna watch that here today. But before we get to that, I want to give a big shout out to a few of our new partners. One of them you can see on screen right now is Eldritch Foundry. We got this new project called Table of Tales coming out with a great whole card of partners we're bringing together. One of them is Eldritch Foundry. They're going to help get us all the minis set up and going for this new new show. And another one, and the stuff just came in today, Mark. A giant box from Mythical Meats came in. It's
Ooh.
huge. It weighs like 30 pounds. I haven't opened it yet because I gotta do it on screen and on camera. So I'm gonna get an unboxing done, and then we got to record some taste tests and get it all put into the new set I'm building here, which is gonna be ready in a few weeks. I can't wait to share it with everyone in the club. We're building a new set. We got a new show coming out here soon, and we got so much more information on there. But go to Eldritch Foundry, use our coupon code DDC Live for 15% at checkout. Go to Mythical Meats and use our coupon code DDC Live for 15% checkout, and tell them both that Big Mash you from the DDC sent you. And you're going to see a lot more integration of some of their products into our shows we're producing here, which are very exciting, and I cannot wait to share more. But yeah, you got myself, Big Mashy here, and you got Mark, our DM, joining us as well here. So we're gonna go ahead and jump right into it. Yeah.
Roll that beautiful bean footage. Previously.
Ooh.
Are you also going to share in Discord?
Alrighty.
Oh,
Hello,
yeah.
Welcome everyone to our 5th, I believe it is, episode of our heavily modified Spelljammer campaign, our Light as a
There
Racist
we go.
campaign. We are here with you today. Myself, of course, your wonderful DM, Mark, if I may toot my own horn a tad.
Ooh, Mark, looking handsome as always.
With me as well.
It's so funny. Every time we always do our tech check like at 6-ish to go on at 8. And everyone shows up at like their pajamas or whatever their comfort clothes are until like the last half hour, and you'll see me put on my costume, whatever I'm wearing for the episode. Mark gets his suit going, and everyone's like putting their costume on. I always love it.
You know him, you'll love him. He's here to chew bubblegum and shoot gunshot. He is the Tin Man.
And shoot gunshot.
He's all out of bubblegum.
And joining us for the second time ever is the wonderful and incredible Marina playing.
Hi there, I'm Marina. I'll be playing your enchanting Jade Fox.
Marina does such a great
And
job
then
with his
lastly, but
character.
certainly not least, and with all of our shout-outs, we have Matt
I'm
playing.
She really does.
Hey, how's it going? I am playing Valen Yosai. I'm
The
interested
club
to
that
see
stuff.
kind of
It's been a crazy
how
week.
Valen
I've been
and
waiting to
Jade are
get to
gonna
this screen
mash
here,
up
guys.
first.
So much great news around the club.
And,
so many great
uh,
projects coming up.
how
to
to
share with
how to
everyone.
trust her.
I can't wait. Over the next few
Because
weeks,
like
I'm gonna share more and more
obviously
information
above
with all these
table
partners we're
I'm
putting
gonna
together
trust
and this
her,
new
but, like,
project we're putting together.
demonstrating
But outside of
and
that,
showing
we hit
how that's gonna
10,000
happen.
followers on Instagram,
been
which is
fun
incredible.
to, like,
we did it in
think
like
about
6
and
months, from
try to
6 to 7
plan,
months from
like-
when I moved from TikTok
Right.
over to Instagram.
No, I agree.
And we did it in 350 or so posts, so that's like 28
And
followers.
it's
a
kind of
post.
nice to have
And
that
we maintain,
realistic
like, a
relationship
1.6 million
build
viewer,
because
a
it's not
month,
just, hey,
interaction
we're in
on
the same
Instagram.
party,
We
we're
kill it,
friends
guys,
now.
all
Yeah,
because of you
exactly.
guys here playing,
to try
making
to
this
kind of
content,
build it
inspiring us
naturally
in the
and
club, out the club,
organic
on the social media.
has been
everything.
kind of
So
like
congratulations,
no fun to,
congratulations!
game
Thank you
plan.
so much for being a part of this wild ride. It's been so fun and cool. We did it to 10K, so now we got to move on to the next platform and find out what the next
yeah.
goalpost we
It's-
got to hit. So
it's
congratulations,
TikTok, which
and
we're
thank you
live on
guys all
tonight.
for sticking around.
Thanks for
So-
tuning in
having
on
fun with me.
TikTok.
We can sort of hear the stream
We're all having a
through
ton of
your
fun. Very much
your
appreciate
mic.
everyone who's
Oh.
tuned in,
And
checking
it's
on
sort of
us,
cutting
left
you off a
comments,
little
and
bit.
Of course, have helped propel us to the point where we are today. And of
Yes.
course, it would be remiss if I said if I didn't give a little shout out to Matt himself,
Ooh.
who has been our social media manager, as
Jesus
it were, and
Christ.
he's been doing an incredible job.
They like me.
The guru, if you will.
They really
Hello.
like me.
No.
They really like me.
All right.
There we
so,
go. Is that
previously
better or no?
on Echo of the Astral.
Yes, you sound much better.
We began our
And it's
session
not,
with
like,
an individual
playing
shrouded
through
in
it?
darkness being interrogated by one of the
Well, I can
members
still hear it, but it's
of a
not.
group of
You're not
criminal
cutting out as bad.
snakes.
Oh,
It's
it's
usually
Status
It's going
quo
through
and their
Discord.
oppressive
That
prince.
double through Discord.
Convinced
'cause
that the
I'm
captured person was
streaming
indeed the same individual who
Yeah.
had been setting fires to their safe houses.
I have it muted on Discord, but I'm getting the second one as well.
We learned that Jade has been
it.
ostracized by a group
I'm
called
gonna have
Silosia,
to mute.
and that a shady character named Mono has been interested in whatever information can be gleaned from her interrogation. Jade talks circles around the Red Mask, who passes some information to their doorman as Jade prepares for her daring escape. Meanwhile, Tin Man, Czar, Valen, and their new friend Nico enjoy their drinks at the Happy Beholder before Large Luigi informs them that they have a guest. A well-mannered and attractive fellow steps in and asks for them to rescue a friend of his. That the matter is urgent, and should they succeed, there would be a ship in the deal for them. And he did heavily imply that dragging
That's
their feet
okay. We're
would
just
result
reviewing
in
it
a worse
anyways.
circumstance.
Yeah.
The party pulls themselves
If
together
they want
and
to
makes
watch
their
it
way through the
without
market wall to
the
the dockside
slight
district
echo,
to
they can
locate the
check
safe
out our
house this individual
YouTube.
is being held in. Tin Man suggests that they go in quick and quiet, while Valen has other plans.
The last 4
Nico makes her
episodes
get in
we
the front
did
door unlocked,
have
while
been
Tin Man and Valen
4
move around the side, smelling smoke.
technically
As they round the
easier
corner, they see a
episodes. Like
half-melted candle
everything
tipped over into some
has been
kindling laid
working
against
well
the building.
enough that I haven't had to like
Jade continues her verbal sparring with the lone red
not
mask before putting her
play
plan into action,
to manage the
enticing the
stream, and it
individual into
has been
striking her
so
after biting her
nice.
lip to
Yeah.
drain blood, which she spits into the corner and begins to
A little less to worry about.
Like there's been little tech
causing its
hiccups
vines
with
to grow
a few
causing it to
people
grow into
in their
vines, which then scale the
video
wall
coming
and swell
in,
out
but
the word run.
for the most part, the
And
last
hanging
4 or
from the
5
ceiling in the form of monkey
you know,
orchids,
club streams
orchids with
we've done
markings that
have been
resembled
just
the face of a primate
real,
to scare her captor.
real easy.
Her attempts are successful, and the individual runs off as Nico and Scar duck a trap and make their way up the stairs. Nico chooses the straightforward approach, and utilizing some of his gravity manipulation, makes himself denser and crashes through the wall where Jade is being held. Jade speaks with some voice who demands that she say please in order to continue her plant manipulation and escape. A hasty, uncomfortable plea sees her released as Nico and Czar enter the room to find Jade free. They quickly make for the window to escape. Meanwhile, Valen and Tin Man come face to face with a low
Gotta get my
a feminine figure who bends fire to her whim and mostly
notifications
ignores the
lined
two
up a
until
little
Valen
better.
attempts to grapple her and wrench her mask off. She casts a
Yeah.
point-blank
Popped
fireball
up
on our
right-
brave
yeah,
Astral
another
elf, leaving
one
him a
right there.
smoking mess, and before getting up and moving
Oh,
away
I
from
see.
the quarry. She rounds on Czar, Nico, and Jade,
Hello.
escaping the burning building before Tin Man misses
Oh,
her
well,
with a
hello,
dove,
you.
whom she referred to as Little Sister,
Fine, guys.
and hits an
I
individual
was hoping
down
you were
the
gonna
road.
join us tonight.
Understanding they're outmatched, Tin Man calls retreat.
Made a
while
tuna
they,
fish sandwich for
Jade
dinner,
and the
so.
Lodred exchange
Ooh.
pleasantries. Speaking about their keeper, Lady
We are
Magdalena,
about
and how Elodra may be working off leash.
8 minutes into this week's episode.
Realizing
Thanks for
everyone is
joining
ready to
us.
leave, Nico makes a
We
snap decision
have
and teleports
the
Elodra into the
wonderful,
burning house,
wonderful
and the party makes their escape.
Marina joining us, who plays the
Reaching the crowds and
beautiful
slipping in,
Jade
Tin Man and Nico
Fox
end up split
on
away from the
Echoes
group,
with
while
us.
the other three duck down
And
an alley,
she's one of the
where Valen
newer
attempts to
members,
handcuff Jade
and
before being interrupted by Czar,
she's
who insists that they didn't
not
save
new to the
prisoner
club, but new to
take
the
a prisoner.
stream.
Though Valen
So,
finds himself somehow handcuffed. to
How's
himself.
it feeling after your second?
Jade has a moment staring at the
episode?
wall where the voice that spoke
It's
to her previously
definitely,
forces lines on the brick and notes that Elodra
what's the
didn't
word?
see them together, and assumes
The first episode was great. The second episode, I kind of fumbled a bit, and there's so many things that can pop up with just the technology that we use, you know. So I learned very quickly, like, oh, I should restart my computer and only use Google Chrome because I had multiple windows open.
Yeah, almost
So-
most seem to
like
be in a
default,
jovial
like when everyone
spirits.
logs in should just
most
hit
roadways
a
are choked
hard
with merchants and
reset
peddlers
before
selling their
we
goods
go
and wares to
Monday.
anyone who might take a passing
Yeah, I
interest.
get it. It's
As
happened to
one
me
moves
a few
further away from the
times.
docks and into Brawl proper,
It's
the
actually
buildings
taken down the
themselves address for
stream
occasion.
twice because there was
Petals seem to fall from the sky from
at
plants
the
that don't
beginning
exist.
when we first
and
started
warm
the
sense of baked
stream.
goods
Oh,
and
yeah.
There was a
human bodies
few where
permeates
I
the
was
air.
like, "No, we're not doing it. We'll just
With your
do it
adrenaline-filled
tomorrow."
excursion behind you, Valen
Because
and Czar
like my
begin
computer
hanging
like
telltale signs
crashed
of
or
the
like
drinks
it
kicking in.
updated and I didn't reset it
What
or
do the three
whatever.
of you like to do?
But yeah, can I roll a
happens.
sleight of hand see if I can get out of these handcuffs?
I remember those
do so
days.
with disadvantage.
I
laugh
I
at
was
the
really
left
hoping in
handcuff.
this scene
I'll let you do so with
to
advantage.
stay in the handcuffs longer.
Yeah, I was wondering why you had decided to try for it right away instead of just sort of play it out. But I'm like, all right, we'll see how it goes.
18,
I kind of wanted. I
you
was
are-
kind of hoping to spectacularly
with a natural
fail
20
at
on
it.
your check, you're a little
I didn't
confused as to
even
how
think
Rykring
of
could
like
laugh so
just
jovially.
not
You made
rolling for it. You know.
Right.
With an 18, however,
I
Yeah,
was wondering if I should like chime in and do something with the handcuffs. But I'm like, no, let them role play it out. So I was like holding back some stuff.
Did anyone notice
was
I
a
had
few
to use the key?
scenes I misread
Czar definitely
or
did.
misunderstood what was supposed
And
to
I'm gonna look at
happen.
Jade and be like, magic.
Yeah, I think that's all comes down to us finding our rhythm. Like we talked about at the end of the last session, I think this is one of the episodes, like it's a great episode. Like
Yeah.
we got a lot of really good character
But where'd the key
moments.
come from? Oh, what's that?
But you kind of get the feel that
Sorry.
we were a little out of sync this
Yeah.
It's
session.
gonna look bizarre.
Just we're looking for direction.
Hey,
You know,
try to
like
get composure.
the first episode Jade was
didn't
in was
give
so
us a
big and
name.
powerful.
Or we
This
didn't
one
ask
we're
for a
like
name. I don't know, he said questions
reorganizing
weren't
which
allowed.
direction we're going.
But anyways, he said that.
Yeah, and it was a bit of tonal
Ways,
whiplash that I had.
He had a person we needed.
I should have
He didn't
transitioned
give
a
us
little better,
description, he didn't give
but
us a
you know
name.
that's all the part of the
More
learning
importantly,
process.
he
He's
said
not
the
the happy
learning, also
beholder.
part of the
Last I
style, you
checked,
know, it's kind of like
Luigi
Yeah.
hit the cold
kind of,
person, so.
you know, the storytelling.
And he
we
also
do.
promised
We
a
gotta
ship to get off
think on
of
our
this.
feet and
Yeah,
be
he
ready.
did
It's
promise
not
us
gonna
a
go
gamble
until
until
I
I
get
get on a ship. You can't leave us in
All right, I gotta work on a
ghost
ghost
here.
here. We need to get paid from Stare.
So it was a him. Can I get a physical description?
Czar.
Mark,
Sorry, Mark.
That was really funny. We kept the humor.
I
Yeah,
forgot
that
I
was
put him
good.
on the
Since it
spot
was
like
rated
this.
earlier in the day, he was very
Everybody
cutesy,
seems to like putting
blue,
Zara on the spot.
He had longer, darker hair,
He
and sort of kept his
squirms
shirt
so
a little more
much.
unbuttoned.
I love it.
Specifically, what stood out the most is that he had
Oh, it's so funny.
red teardrop earrings in.
He had these red teardrop
Actually,
earrings that
he was
I don't mind.
striking
I don't
me.
mind saying
I
this
could
on
never
stream because
forget
it's
these
only
red
an
teardrop
illusion.
earrings.
But keep doing that because it could play very well into
Sounds
Zara's
familiar?
total character arc.
Yeah, for sure.
Of course it was
It's
him.
easy.
The coward's brand of affection, rescue without reconciliation.
And he has a ship, right?
Um,
I'm trying to
Dave,
get
I-
all this garbage done.
Am I sensing
I
you really
don't-
care for that guy?
But I have really no
doesn't
place
have
to
a ship.
go. Like I
I
really
know
can't go to the back to the
Gentlemen, I
Xerxian
don't want to
Empire. Like
disappoint you, but
I'm like
mean, liars come in all shapes
excommunicated.
and sizes.
Like
I knew
Don't
it. I could smell he
really
was
show
lying.
your
I could like
face.
I didn't want to say anything because it sounded weird to be
The
like,
only
"Oh, you
thing you
smell
can
like a
smell is
liar."
kinda-
booze.
Sounds
Yeah,
so
because that's what
familiar.
liquor smells like.
Right?
No, that's what we smell like.
I dropped some hints this
Yeah.
episode. I forgot about that.
All right, we need to get back
Yeah.
to the guy and
The
find
wallet?
that ship that
Yeah,
I
like having a
started to
blank
believe is
identity card.
a psyop now.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
figure out
I
how-
wasn't really ready to
know. Get a ship.
share some of that. But as soon as Josh pulled it out, I was like,
Something.
yes, thank you so much.
I don't know,
I'll
Jade
get quite a few
recognized the
things
guy
in.
by the
It
earring.
was like one of
so
those like character
we
building
show up,
moments
maybe
where
Luigi
like I
still
have
got
all
him
this
locked
stuff,
in
but I don't know if I should
whatever
share
her
it.
whole
And then
person
like
actually
someone
is.
pulls it out, and you're like, thank you
Well,
so much, thank you, please.
it's,
You know,
I
like,
meant the physical binding
you
force.
did the
Let's find
the
our way back
unknown
here,
for
then.
me.
It's like muttering a detail about your character and nobody says anything, but then one player's like, "So you said that thing."
Yes, yes. It was the perfect little layup, and Josh
Especially
picked it
after
up and
what happened with her
opened the door
sister.
for me. And if anyone's wondering, there's a scene here where he picks up my wallet and or my
Josh is
identification,
just double in
and my
costume
card
now.
is completely
Two
blank.
mustaches on.
And if you go through
No.
our Instagram,
This one
you
was
can
the
find
glasses
some of
with
the
bouncy
lore
eyes.
drops in which why it may be blank,
The big honking
just a
nose.
little bit. It might not explain it fully, but
So,
a little bit.
I'll have each of you make a quick. Well, anybody who's leaving this alley stealthily, I will have you make a stealth check. You can still see that there's plenty of people outside of the alley, just people pressing.
I missed an
through.
opportunity
If I'm not
to
mistaken,
flavor
that's maybe
Jade's
plus 10.
passes out of
It's gonna
trace
give me a
here.
32, Mark.
27.
There's always next
oh
time.
gosh, you're never.
Yeah,
gonna be
like
nuts.
there was a
'Cause I
whole
feel
like
more
costume
that green
change she was gonna do. Like
as we
there was a
walk
whole
into the
thing.
crowd, and I just feel
But-
You want to tell us about it?
unseen.
Yeah, so Jade, she's wearing a silk kipao, correct?
Mhm.
But it's actually I call it the bloom weave, or we've called it the bloom weave.
Yeah.
It's Eberron weave that has 5 different outfits. So she picks which one she wants to wear, and they all have different, kind of stories behind them. So her default is the green kipao. And I was going to have her shift and have her say, like, a different spell phrase, Ambra Florens. And she would, do a different change with her spell. But I missed the beat. And, next time I'll get it. So that's all part of the magic here. I think I was a little bit nervous too because my Chrome wasn't working. But, it's okay. I got it. I learned.
And it's, like I said, it's finding that sync where we all just sort of fall into getting comfortable.
Yeah.
The happy beholder.
Yes.
No, that's really
The
cool.
flow seems to be heading towards the center, the mid district.
I look forward to seeing Dayton and Alex's reactions to the hat.
Yeah, and it will pop up, I'm very sure.
The movement of the crowd and just the general,
I'd be surprised if it didn't.
energy of everything going on. You've well and truly
So
All
I'll give
things
you guys
considered.
some fun metrics from
Hey,
Gone but
since
not forgotten.
making
Hey
10K.
guys, I don't see them
I've made
anywhere.
2 posts since making
Uh,
10K.
and we've
Glenn, they
made,
haven't been
had
with us since you
600
handcuffed
followers.
yourself.
Yeah, I was hoping we'd gonna catch him
Oh,
out in
wow.
the crowd.
The amount of like
I mean, I'm
access
sure they'll
our
meet us
account
back at the
gets
back at the
after
tavern.
10K is
Yeah, you're right.
insane. Like all of
And
our
we gotta
old
find out about the
posts
ship.
have been
ASAP.
re-brought back to life and are getting hundreds and hundreds of
Yes, it
views
was mentioned.
again.
Okay.
It's wild. It's
All right,
so
back
crazy.
to the
how
heavy
Even
they
if it
Dang.
wasn't,
allow
that's what we were hired
much
from,
more
so
like
that's where we were hired to return.
access
Exposure.
to
Yeah, but
like they give you to
explicitity
your
is
account
necessary
after you
when
make
you don't
10K.
Yeah,
It
and we'll
takes
kind of just
may have
a
forgotten that
relief
fact.
off of me.
make our
who
way
have
through the
been,
crowd
like,
then, even though it's packed. But I'm
just
gonna keep looking back
busting
and making
it, putting
sure
like 4 or
Jade is
5
with us
posts
and
out
that
a
she
day
doesn't leave us.
grinding, trying to get this
Because
10K.
I have doubts that this whole
Now I
we're
can
gonna
just
get paid
like
at all
pick
from
and
this game.
choose, like a post, you know, like one
Jade
meme a
Carter's
day, one
behind
of our
a couple
content
steps
a day,
behind
and
them,
it's
but she's
it's
not
been
excited
nice
to
the
be
last
there.
few.
And I'm
days
gonna
just
like keep trying to
watching
slow down my
the
pace to walk
Instagram
behind her a
account
little
kinda
bit.
just do its own
And
thing,
like
now.
as she starts to stay behind
That's
me,
amazing.
and like we play this cat and mouse game of trying not to be noticed to be the one behind.
No, after you. No, after
Is the Dirty Dice Club going to have a celebratory, night or something like that in the near future
I
for hitting the 10K mark
I
at our
think-
new place, Winky Face?
I think honestly,
you make your way
well,
forward. You sort of
not
notice,
this weekend, but
you kinda
next
get a sense
weekend
of
we
where
will
Belen
be
and Jade are, but
shooting
you are
some test
definitely in
footage
front,
there. If you want to
as they
come
sort of play this
hang out
little
with
game
us,
of
more
positioning.
than welcome to.
So you were the
It'll
first
be
to notice
recorded,
as
but
you
not
come out
streamed or
into
anything,
an
just
open clearing.
Practice
This is the same
testing all the tech.
square. that
However,
Belen was in
after
before.
we
You
finish
can see along
filming
the edges
Table of
this,
Tales in
the
July,
square are several, like I mentioned before,
that
merchants
Sunday,
and peddlers that
maybe
have set
for
up their
lunch,
wares.
we'll
There's
go
a
do
couple
like
of
a
food
wrap
stands,
with
and you actually
everyone
notice that there's
where
a
like
couple
Sakura
of
can come out,
people
we'll go
hosting
out to
little
lunch
games
and
around
do
the
like
area.
a nice wrap lunch.
Party
Valen,
type deal.
as you step out of the
I
crowd,
like that.
you hear someone call to you.
And
What are you doing with those?
Sakura doesn't
handcuffs
know
over
this
there,
yet,
my
but I
friend?
reached out to all the partners for Table
These
of
things are
Tales,
broken.
and
And
I
I'm
said,
gonna, like,
hey,
dangle
you
them.
know, we have
Yeah.
like
So as you
kid-
speak
a
to this
child
individual, you
talent
see that they're wearing
coming
a
on the
heavy
show
dark
here.
cloak with the cowl pulled up over their head.
send
You can
a-
see
a
sort of the
little,
bottom of their face. It's a
like,
they got like a thin
like,
beard that's pulled into a little curly hue
inspiration
on the very
note,
bottom,
a
and
little
they got a green
package for
skin
her,
with a
and
pair
I'll
of
give it
tusks
to her
coming up.
before we.
You can tell this seems to be some sort of
film
half work, and
that
they're wearing very
Saturday.
heavily like robe.
So all the
he's wearing
partners are
leather,
getting
all in
putting
black.
together like a little thing just for her.
Just looking at him,
and
you
I
can tell
cannot
that
wait.
his gear looks a little.
That's
too
so
nice for anybody
cool.
to
Yeah,
have
I
access
reached
to.
out to all
incredible.
of them like a
But
week
he's
or two
standing in front
and
of a
kind of
chest
introduced who
and a
she
door,
was, what we're
and he's sort of
what
twirling
character she's
a
playing,
wand
you
between
know,
his fingers.
if there's
Let
anything
me
you
get
want to
that
send
working
to
for you.
us, have it to us by this date
That'd be
so I
great.
can have it ready for.
And
Fantastic. Let's see.
and
I'm gonna like toss it
it's
to
gonna
him in
be
the
so
air,
cool.
but kind
I-
of keep my distance. 'Cause,
I'm
like,
just like
I don't really trust this
ecstatic at how
All right. So how
fun
far
it's
away
gonna
are you?
be.
maybe like I'm not in a like
Yeah,
close
I'm
enough
really.
distance that he could like
I think we're all
pull a
really
quick one on me,
excited.
run my pockets, you
It's
know,
such a
make me
cool
look like a
pro-
fool in front
cool-
of everyone.
yeah,
you know,
cool
hey,
project
look
we're
over
doing.
there. Then I get
yeah.
a
It
pie.
really is.
Whatever, you know. You know, I got some distance. I've been to Renaissance
Air
Festival. I
area.
just assume, you know.
As you go to reach out and toss it over to him,
Is this
he
the
sort of
episode I was
slips
aura
inside your
farming
guard, steps
in?
forward, and
Yeah,
Yes.
it was a little bit
puts
later.
one on your wrist and another one on
I
his.
forgot they did that.
They look like they applied to me.
Speaking of Ren Fair, are we going to make an appearance this
We,
year?
we talk about
Get
it
'em off.
every
Does Zard
year.
notice this
This
at all?
year we're definitely
both right
going, and we'll do
Get
a
'em off
whole
right now.
DDC thing. We'll do a
Well, that's the
whole
fun
thing.
time.
What? I gotta give you like five silver or
It's gonna
something.
be DDC and SPO.
You think I can get him off without a key?
Yeah.
All right, so you're coming with us now, and I'm gonna
Damn
just
if
start
we don't
yanking
talk
him.
about it every
Let's
year.
go! Hurry up! I have a
Right.
ship waiting for me.
And the thing is,
And then like
All right.
I
I'll
probably
like
go
try to like
every
strong
other
arm him.
year,
Like, what was the
but it's
plan
never
here?
a time where I've like planned it out. It's always been
I had to
like,
draw you in.
hey, you want to go
gotta
to
do
Ren
the
Fair tonight or today?
Okay,
And it's like,
well, what's the
alright.
pitch?
Right.
it's always
Because
something
we still
like
are
that.
like probably like pulling
He's
each
pulled
other,
back.
like an
just a
aggressive
bet.
handshake. Oh, really? What is it?
Well, for 2 silver, I'll take it off without a key.
I have
Seems
an
like a
idea.
bit much.
Matt, does Valen have any sort of identification from when he
Oh,
was
yeah,
in the
here it is.
Xerxes Navy?
That might not be the best thing to bring up.
I mean, this guy might be trying to swindle you.
He's
And I
definitely
figured if I
swindling me.
sleight of hand
I love
check
how
him,
we were all just
with your
expecting
ID,
this guy to
maybe
pull a
like
knife out of
something.
nowhere and get jumped, and he's just been trying to
And when you
entertain
look at, like,
kids.
ID, you're gonna
Yeah.
see it like it doesn't have my name. And
Like that's who we are, just
Oh, okay, one
abused
of those.
trauma victims.
And it's like, this is the
kinda
moment where
it's
I'm
still
like,
government issue,
oh,
but all the information.
that's how this group is going to work. Okay. Okay.
No. Scissors
Affectionately.
Anyway.
Get it off.
He slips his hand through. Like you can see his wrist sort of goes gummy, and he slips his hand through, and now you're just handcuffed to nothing. tell you what, for being a good sport, I'll lower it to
I love your voice.
But
Thank you.
Bet you.
I say it every
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, you do the best voice, Mark.
And open it.
Every time a new
without
character.
any issue.
Sometimes I want to go like talk to a
You
new
see, he points to
character.
the freestanding
Just
design as if it's sort of just set up.
you give us a new voice.
I feel like I'm
But
gonna
I
check the door and
realize
I'm
how
gonna get locked
wasteful
handcuffed
it
to
would
the
be
door here.
if
This could be
you
like
know,
free
to
silver.
trust the door.
a random
How I know it's locked.
townsfolk had the voice of a super
That's a good
important
point.
person later on.
I'll shake the handle. I'm gonna like
I
push
always
shift the handle.
refrain from
Shake it, see if it's
introducing
locked.
myself.
He,
to
he
my
sort of rushes to tap the door with his
You
wand.
do whatever
And
your
then
character
as
would
you try
do.
and hit his eye.
Well played. Okay, so what's the gambit here?
Well,
I had forgotten to give Luigi a bartender,
Okay.
so Jiggle Beam was entirely.
And as I hear Jade's voice, I'm gonna be like, yes, Jade's still here.
Jade is here.
Oh, I thought that was. I genuinely thought that was Matt chiming in.
Yeah.
No, this seems like it was.
Jiggle Beam was 100% improv. Like I'm like, oh crap.
It was done so well, though.
Thank you.
All right, I'll take that back.
Believe it or not, when I made up Frank, that was all.
And then I'm gonna go
improv.
stand behind the door so it can't.
I never would have
try to,
guessed.
Like, outsmart it.
It was immaculate.
With the
He
handcuffs
handcuffs
in
you.
hand.
Yeah, some of the best stuff comes out when you pop a improv out of nowhere and you roll a perfect 20.
Yeah.
And you watch Czar and Jade. I'd like you each to make a perception check.
Marina, did you see the table update in boardroom?
30-20.
Just now, today,
Yes.
I've not seen it yet. I got home maybe 20 minutes ago.
Oh, take a look. Let me know how you feel about
It's all right.
those
So long
three
as
videos
even
I
if you
just
roll it
put
in like
there.
beyond,
Yeah, for sure. I'll check it out after this.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can
I
save
rolled-
those.
I rolled a 19, so
It's
plus 11.
better. than I
So
could
you
ever
both notice
imagine.
as he steps in front
Every
of
day,
the door
I'm not
opposite
gonna
of the
lie.
line,
I
he
go
sort
work
of
on it every day,
throws
and every
his
day
coat out,
I find
and
more
after a moment,
shit I
you
want
watch
to
another wand materialize in his hand. He taps it to
like
the door and opens
invest
the
in
floor.
to make it
Going to the
better.
line on the other side.
And
just fall
at some
through it.
point, I gotta be like, okay, that no more.
Did I see
I
that?
can see
We
that
have
counts
enough.
as touching the door.
All right,
But
and I'm
I
gonna
think
flip
I
him
need
a
more-
Never enough.
I think
And
I
then
need
get these
some more,
handcuffs off me. I gotta see a guy
fake
about
ID
his shit.
vines yet. Maybe like 4 more. orders.
He reaches over, touches the.
But we're getting
Oh,
close.
LED Ivy Vines, Winky Face.
I saw
that
those.
serious.
I was gonna put those on at the
For
end,
being a
but I
good sport,
just
he
need
hands you the wand.
more to fill it in to make it.
And I'll look at it like,
better.
and like try to use it on the door real quick.
Give me just a second, and you can try it again. He goes over, closes the door, taps it with another wand. You hear the lock click. Go ahead.
And I've never really used a wand, so I'm like,
So the whole concept behind this guy
And
was
so
that he was
you watch
supposed
as
to
the
just
door- you hear
sleight
the
of
door
hand a
clicks.
different wand, one that
Wow, having
locked
wand
the door, one that magic locked it,
appreciate it.
and one that used knock.
No problem. Have fun in the celebrations.
I'm gonna like kind of tuck it in my.
And like he gave little
duffel,
knock
like,
wands
satchel.
to kids, so that way they could go mess around with little locks and stuff.
You now have a wand of knock. It has 3 uses of
Yeah.
knock per day.
Awesome.
The spell knock.
It's like, here, skeleton key. Go cause a crime.
Yeah, go do a
yeah.
crime.
Which is not uncommon in, this place with Celosia running around.
Yeah.
And I'll flip him another one.
I'm gonna go leave this in a.
And I'm gonna
box
look
of
around and
knives
make sure
at the
Jay didn't leave
school.
again. I'm like, let's go see about
That's
that person
terrible.
about the ship, and I'm
It's
holding like
downtown
a wand in her
Detroit.
face, like,
For all
Oh,
you know,
sorry, and then I'll
Marina,
put it
that's
back away.
them. That's a Silosian
I'll be
agent
honest with you,
testing
Glenn, I
for
thought that guy was gonna
competency.
swindle you.
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
think
sure
so.
he did it.
The recruiter.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Well, there was no ambush. I don't trust anybody in the city.
This poor guy's just trying to like be a street magician for a couple coins and like put on a show for the kids, and just the biggest pack of tools strolls along.
The
and
biggest
we'll,
pack of
continue,
tools.
through the
It
crowd
was
and along our
perfectly
way.
said, and I'm glad that he said
You
it.
continue moving
Because it kind of
through
dropped the
where it's a little
tension.
more open,
Yeah.
and
It was an
there's
alternate
vendors,
title I was
and
really
stuff like that
considering.
around. You can head off towards the Happy Beholder.
So what was going on in the festival? Was it Pride Month, or it just seemed interesting that there was a random festival?
Sorry, Tin Man, sorry.
Nobody's really asked about it, but they did mention it in the Rock Rat. There's an event coming up in the day after next called Merger Day, and Radiclax and Prince Andrew are basically merging assets, and the Rocket Brawl is going to become an annex. No, not it. I can't remember the exact phrase. Basically, another territory of Radiclax's.
Just do
just
one
sort of-
giant
Oh, yeah,
robot
like
and a
an
tiny
annex.
robot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that the Full Metal Alchemist?
Big Man and Rusty.
Yeah, the
I
Full
don't
Metal
like
Artillerist.
that.
So the
I don't know
the
why,
like I said,
but
the
I
pressing
don't
body
like
sort of
that.
keeps you moving. Where are you headed?
That doesn't sit well with me for some reason. I'm gonna have to work through these
Country being
emotions.
annexed.
Kind of missing
Yeah,
everybody.
I'll have to work through these
Go back
emotions over the
to
next week on why.
Little
but
Luigi's.
Right now,
That's
it
just
doesn't
the-
feel great.
Yeah.
It's just a little backstory,
I do believe if we were to find
a little bit of
ourselves
lore.
Separated, that'd be the thing to do. Although, looking at
And
the
having
It
basically
is
spent the
maybe
last
kind of the other
several
way around.
nearly months in Brawl, that's
working our
something
way
you'd
back
have
then?
picked up on, Jade, and it's something Nico would know as well.
Mark, about
Yeah.
are we close to my shop, or would that be a
Yeah,
completely
fill us
different-
in, Jade. What the heck?
So
You've been here.
Happy Beholder is sort of
I know. I was trying to get like, well, I talked about the bell at least, you know.
Yes, that was a very nice addition. Thank you.
I'm just
Okay,
messing
and
with
we're
you.
on.
Yeah, and it's right now, like I said, when we're finding that rhythm,
Yeah.
you guys are still trying to
Yeah,
figure out
let's
what questions to ask
Yeah.
Mhm.
and
not
stuff
only
like that.
Not only that, twice, because we have to kind of. Well, Nico has a little bit of relationship and history with Tin Man and Czar, I think, right?
Yes.
10-man stops for.
I know we had a little bit in that bar, but I don't know how much canon that it was for Valen.
It's vaguely canon in general for everyone. It could have just been another mission you did.
Or just him blowing through on another day of celebratory drinks. And, you know, throwing his name around at a terrible time in his life.
Yep.
Talk with me. We're heading over to the east side, all right?
Now I would know of where he's trying to go, correct?
If he says where he's trying to go.
Yeah. So well, hey man, where you headed? I didn't know you knew from Brawl.
Been in and out a couple times.
I appreciate that each of you as players pick up on those little prods to roleplay.
Yeah.
It's like I when you ask me something and it's like you should be asking the character that thing.
Yeah.
For the player.
I feel it out. If it seems like they know the answer,
famous and well-known
I'll try to play it a little bit,
Brawl,
but then
let
like
alone in the Astral scene.
I also get nervous, like if we role play too much, it's like
very fine work.
what the heck is that about it?
Say,
I gotta, you know.
definitely.
Yeah,
funny
I
that-
mean-
that
That
study some of
healthy
their pieces.
balance
Would I have
of,
maybe
Yeah.
worked with them on anything?
that
You would
inner,
have absolutely
you
spent
know,
some time speaking with
monologue or
canon
that
master Arnott
little
over designs and the
exposition
like
between
that.
two characters
You are acquainted, even
and
to the
not
point you
going
might even
off
call her
too
a friend.
far.
But
Well,
it
you
makes
know,
sense
in
for-
fairness, you've got Tin Man that will like soliloquize for 15 to 20 minutes. And he gets the floor because it's done so well.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's
You know, so it's like I think he did some of that here. Like him and Nico had an interaction. It
Oh,
just
yeah.
went beautifully. You know.
Yeah, it's really well done, and I'm lucky to have y'all as players because you're all fantastic.
Yeah, Dayton, he's a fantastic to play with and play for on his tables. Just
Repair work.
all
Yes.
around,
Tap my
incredibly talented
but
writer, player,
say back in the day I'm a bit of a
you
weapon
know,
myself.
game
Needless to say,
manager, all around,
repairs on both ends.
incredible guy.
But they
Hey, Mark, did you
Been here
talk to
some
your
time.
friends if they wanted to?
Well,
one of them wanted to come,
now I've gotten a friend
kind of
doesn't.
direct the episode.
I can't say I was fortunate.
I had spoken with him, and he still has yet to get back to me on it.
Pull out the dove.
Is it? If so, that weekend I can just like
You ever seen a piece like this
get a
before?
hotel around here. I have enough points to cover a hotel for everyone too.
have I
Right,
ever
right.
seen
I'll
piece like
reach
that
out to see if I can get an answer
Yeah.
and let you know.
When
I kind of
Yeah.
plan on crashing one night at
So
the
you saw it
studio,
once,
probably that Saturday
when
night.
Orvis was asked to
Right.
service
But,
a similar
yeah,
firearm,
if we need to, we can get
held by
a
a
spot
bounty
for
hunter whose
whoever
name
needs
you
to
don't
come
know.
in town.
Sounds good.
We'll make
Along
it
with a friend
work.
of mine. Warforged. By the name of Silver Liner. Bit of a folk hero in these parts, believe it or not, especially once you get into the belt proper. He
I really like what Dayton's done with Silver
says he's
Liner.
scared of me.
He's just sort of a character that's irrelevant, but
Yeah.
Dayton's made him relevant to Tin Man.
Oh yeah.
He's sort of taken it on his own, and I really like it.
I liked when he showed up and
Kinda
spoke
lost,
to Tin Man maybe a few
track of him
episodes.
for a while.
I think it's
Second
season
one, I
one.
felt, honestly.
Yeah, it was like the second episode.
Yeah, that was. Oh, it's not your time yet, Tin Man. You know, I can't remember exactly, but that whole I could, you could tell there was such a relationship there of like
Backwater.
caring and nurturing
Called Realm Space.
of trust that like
Got a couple plants there.
we only got a
Place
glimpse
before
of.
it. Surprisingly,
Mhm.
it's got some old stuff there. I'm surprised. Not much there otherwise, but there was an academy getting put together. They apparently protected me on re-entry, which was not a pretty re-entry. Helped get me back up to health. Probably would still be laying in pieces on the shore somewhere right about now if it hadn't been for them.
And I do like that we get a little bit of exposition explaining to Nico and of course eventually to Jade how each character sort of came to be here.
Yeah.
A bit of a traveling compadre, so
Because this is all stuff like Dayton's talking about here that all happened before the campaign.
Mhm. Some of it almost directly like the weeks prior.
Yeah.
And some of it pretty distant.
Huge ordeal, half blown up, half sticking out of the water at these points. They brought us in. They said, "Hey, we don't need your help here. We're trying to set something up in the belt, and we're getting some resistance. And to be entirely honest, there's a whole mess of static going on. And well, frankly, it lines up nicely with the leads I was following to begin with." I said, "Well, this works out mighty fine for me." But then, in the kerfuffle of it all, he goes and hands me the dove, and he says, "Well, I think this is destiny." And I say, "Well, you're crazy. I don't believe in destiny." Sure enough, the dove seems to take a liking to me. I know, I apologize. I'm not usually one to dominate the conversation so much. It's just a lot's been happening the past few cycles that I've been out. I admit it's a lot to unpack, and I admit you remind me a bit of old Orvis there, so I can't help but spill my guts. But the craziest thing happened.
Ortis, I cringe because Halo. No, Warframe. Warframe has Ortis and Ortis, excuse me.
Yeah, there's a spelled ORDIS. Mine is ORDUS. It's so close.
His dulcet tones, his drawl, just his general
You guys
voice.
playing
I
any
forgot
video
about
games
that.
lately?
He's telling you tales as you sat as
I
Night Rain.
have Night Rain. Nice.
Yeah.
on Orvis's desk.
I've been sucked into Repo. A friend of mine plays it, and it is cathartic. It is just, it's silly and dumb and stupid, and it hits something nice in me.
Now, the crazy
I
thing
started
is,
playing that.
It looks really fun.
Dune
We're
Awakening.
going to send you out. Before we get you out of realm space, we're going to send you to the very
Yeah,
end.
that was it.
It's pretty fun. It's a
homework.
like
Thankfully,
a
I love the
world
stars,
building,
and I like
massive
single little them. I'm
multiplayer.
looking forward to that. Largely, we
PvP.
decided good company so far.
Um,
But that whole thing went to a mess.
It's
But
fun. It's pretty. I just kind of beat the tutorial. I have our own server.
And not with the normal crack you
It's
expect of a
fun,
little
but
fire.
god
No.
damn
She
that
goes and she
sandwich,
takes herself a
man.
full-on manifestation
If
as
you
a
watch
pretty old
episode
lady
2, it
with a
gets
nice
me like
dress,
twice.
some lacy frilly things.
I had
She said,
such a bad
"That
headache
there
because I
spear
was
that your
like
friend Scarrock's got,
screaming and yelling, trying
I'm
to
gonna
run
eat
from that goddamn
Well, I'll be
sandworm.
honest, that was a kind moment there
Oh
where
my
me and
god!
Drew
And then I
sort of
had
feeling each
such
other
a
out where
headache.
I
I
feel
couldn't
like I just
play
walked out
and
space too much
think
trouble.
because like this
Not that it would the
sandworm
first
just
time,
kept
or the last really,
pinking.
but it wouldn't have been pleasant. And
It is really
shame
funny.
for all the effort that I put into.
But
holding
it's
on.
pretty fun. I'm enjoying it.
So now
If you like the Dune
I got myself a
universe,
pretty little lady friend following me around, sitting comfortably in a gun.
Yeah, I was considering picking it up, but then I saw that it was an MMORPG, and I'm like,
It aims to kill.
I'm good.
yeah. I
First time
played
I
for
ever
about
fired,
2
well, I
minutes
got
on
safe.
an official server, and I was like, nah, I don't think so.
Bullets got a friend's name.
I saw like 2,000
Leave her in
builds all over the
That's
starting
stolen.
area,
She said, "Go to leave her in action."
and I was like,
Now,
no, I'll
leave
play
alone.
this alone.
Ms.
and
R not there. Can't imagine
whatever. I
she's
think my
fantastic.
brother
I've
might
worked with her before,
get it and
but
play with me a
I've
little
never known
bit.
her to
He's a huge Dune
dabble
fan.
in the arcane. So I'm a little confused just what the doves.
Well, if we have a server, then maybe I will pick it up.
Old Orbis there, he always
it's,
dabbled in the arcane. He always bridged the gap
It's
between the
interesting. It's
mechanical
fun.
and the magical
The
magic.
building's not
And I
too
trust him
grindy and
to know something
intensive.
about this.
It's more about like going exploring and like surviving out there.
We don't have him with us anymore now.
Gotcha.
The skill trees are pretty fun.
So,
They have like all
you
the
happen to absorb anything
classes
from that big
from
old head of his?
the books. Like you can be a Benny Jesuit, you can be like the marine, the gunnery sergeant, you can be
Right now,
the
leave her in.
swordsman or whatever, and then you have to pick what
Then let's
planet
do
you're
this.
from, and it's fun.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Shoot.
But dang, those
So, welcome to
stupid
Burn Action, and
sandworms.
get some pointers.
Like,
see if
you
we,
get
you every
got any
time.
leads, and we'll bring it
Like
back
you
to
have
my
to like
shop.
cut across the sand.
Maybe,
and, like,
send a runner, tell him to.
It'll like kind of
the guys from
vibrate
Marks
and
will
like
lead
show
you,
you
or
which direction. Like you just see
come
how
back and meet
far
us in
you
my
have to
shop.
go, and you're like, oh, this thing's just gonna eat
You're
me.
sounding all professional.
And then out of nowhere,
Picking up
just
our
the
orders like,
giant
all right,
worm
Nico, you're
just
full surprise, aren't you?
boom. It's fun.
As
I'm
we're
enjoying
moving
it.
through the crowd, the olfactor senses picking up what I can. That said, along the way, this is actually quite the nice little thing they got going on here. What do I see around me as we move through the crowd?
So
Something
as
at the
you
fugue state of my story.
as you take your first steps out of the Dockside district and follow the crowd through basically Midtown over towards the Lever in Action, which is closer to Gift Town, you
Gift
start coming
Town.
into more open streets, and the
I liked that
itself is
early
very much
on
the image of
when
GIF.
Jade
They've
was
really made it their
investigating
own,
the
so you see
the
a lot
item.
of the,
Everyone kind
a
of
lot
chimed
the
in and
buildings are
like
very
asked
utilitarian.
about the guy
Any extra
who,
ornamentation is
got
done
them a
in
ship or
small
said they'd get a
details.
ship,
So, like
Yaroslav,
knobs on doors
Yeah.
have intricate details of etchings and
which I
stuff
think
like that.
and comes out more later in
The
this
crosses on
episode.
windows are in different sort of Art Deco design, but it is very much the function before the detail, as you are very familiar. That is how GIF deal.
Function before the detail, but with plenty and plenty of detail.
Most buildings are a little regal. They sit short, but tall enough for GIF. But they're regal in their standing. Like they're very square. They got dark, rich colors, and some of them are bright, very bright, like grays and whites. But you don't see a whole lot of intricate colors, save for the linings and the little things. The Lever in Action, as you come up on that, is very similar, except for it's got a little bit more space. It kind of occupies its own corner of a block, and you can see out in front, across the top, atop the door, is this massive artillery piece that looks like it would take 3 GIF just to carry, let alone fire. The welcome to the Lever in Action. The front of it is done in a very. Let me get a drink.
Glory be to the GIF Empire. The dwarves
Nice
of space.
pickup.
Aside from dwarves that are actually in space.
Right.
Although if you didn't work in the mining industry like I did, you never see a dwarf. Half the time they're so deep in their asteroids you don't even know them.
Asteroids. I
GIF,
love
on the other
that
hand,
joke.
they like to put
As
themselves
soon as he said it, I was like laughing, but internally like, damn it, I
Don't let them
should have
fool you, though.
used
They
it.
like to say
That's
they're all utility.
it's
Get
so
with them on a good hook
perfect
ride,
and
then,
low hanging fruit. And we've
let
had a
them
few
real quick.
conversations on the club Discord of like,
So the front
hey, we
of
can't
the
really
Lever in
cuss,
Action, like I
but
mentioned,
can
it's
we
got this
make
massive
up cuss
artillery piece.
words?
The wood itself
And
is
like
lacquered
deep in his own
and,
asteroid
stained in a
is
very
so
dark brown,
funny.
very rich.
Oh yeah.
I'm
Well, I'm glad
gonna
it was said.
Within the
I'm
city,
glad
the
it came
decoration makes
out.
up
I'm
the
gonna be
city,
Yes.
the
using
lining of the door itself
asteroid
done
as
in a very
in that
tasteful bronze,
flavor.
and similarly with
Again,
the handle,
no
which
doubt.
is actually shaped
Yeah, like shiitake
a
mushroom
handle
can
of
be
gun.
used.
So you got to
Oh.
grab
You
the
know.
handle and then turn.
I can't wait.
That's GIF. That's
Dayton killed
incredible
it with
GIF.
that
Okay.
one. I was
there
so
you go.
happy. That's
You
awesome.
just go up and it's the full butt of the rifle.
Are you going in?
Gonna kinda
That is such a
stare at
weird
the
laugh to
kinda
hear on
brace myself.
1.5 times speed.
Do I notice if Tin Man's delaying? Like as soon as we get there, Skyrock's or not Skyrock, Nico's going to just open up the door, like nothing, and be like, oh,
I'm gonna have to
oh,
keep a running tally on how many times Alex messes up
No,
Nico
no,
to
you're good,
Scarrock.
No, I'm right behind you.
Oh.
As you enter, you see that the walls, it's very much an open area. The main sales floor itself is about a 30 by 30 with a desk off to the right side, behind which you see a wall of tools and half-finished firearms. Every single space on the rest of the walls is, the real estate is taken up
This
by
is where my
every shape and
ears
form of
start to twitch.
conventional firearm you
Yep.
can find. You've got things from
You can
classic
see 'em
muscles,
too.
which you yourself weren't using too long ago, Tin Man. And then you've got things that look a little otherworldly in nature,
was a
but you can
kid
tell
when I found
this
out
is where
I
the
could move
handle
my
is, this is where the
ears.
trigger is, that's where
I had like
the
a
casing
twitch
or the
where I would
bullets
just do
themselves
it
go.
constantly
This
without
is
like
how you put the
thinking
rounds in.
about it.
It's all logical.
Mhm.
And
And I
as
would
you
like,
can see,
I
that
was
there is
maybe like 8 or
incredible
9
amount
or
of
whatever.
art put into these pieces.
And I would do it so
one of them literally
much,
looks like a
like
shield with a
going
gun
to
through it.
bed or
So you can
like on the
block and then
bus or
shoot at the same
something,
time.
that my like
So you step in and
muscles
the
would
floor.
be so
Go ahead.
sore and tired
one there?
from moving that it would hurt to
trigger?
do it
3
anymore.
whole points.
And
Huh.
I like did that for like a few months, and finally I realized like,
He would.
yeah, you're just moving your ears without thinking about it. Just
As you
control
step in,
yourself
or
a
not
little
as you step
bit,
in,
you
you
know.
also get the scent of
And,
water oils and machined
Ever since then, I
steel.
just love wiggling
You
my
can
ears. But
smell
you can't
the work that's
let
happening
it take
towards
over
the back,
you.
just
You
past
can't
the
let it
the
give
desk.
in to
You
Yeah.
can see a doorway that goes into
Fight
a
against the
room. You
whimsy.
hear sounds of gentle tapping of metal on metal. Nobody is at the desk right now, so you just sort of you look around for the moment. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna look around. I'm gonna see what all kind of different crazy models we got up here.
Sure,
There's a
so,
name that
is
comes
there
up
anything
here that I'm
specific you're looking for, or you
surprised
just looking to look?
Josh didn't respond much
Just kind
to.
of looking to look at the moment.
Okay. You see a couple of particularly intricate designs. You see that there seems to be a similar to the artillery outside. It's more like a 6-foot long rotating barrel minigun sort of deal. Except for you can see the way it's set up on the wall. It's snapped in half with a hinge. So it sort of sets on the wall, clipped in half, and you can see how someone might be able to carry that around, pull it out, and then fold it together to make it a functional weapon, Monster Hunter style.
Look at me.
There,
Yeah.
you can see on one of the walls off to the other
Just
side
in my
to your
head,
left,
I'm
is a
realizing
similar, literally almost identical artillery
not
piece to the
how
one outside
awesome
that just
this weapon
dominates its
is,
own
but
wall.
how awesome it's
This
gonna
one is a
be
little
when
less
we can
intricate
buy
than the
it
one out
and
there,
use
but
it.
the
You know,
barrel
like,
itself is like 5
boy,
feet
this is
long,
awesome
with a
storytelling.
massive
but
muzzle brake at the
it's
end.
gonna be
to
awesome
disperse the
storytelling when I
energy
whip
coming out of
this
that
bad
barrel.
boy out and
You
you know
can
what I
tell
mean?
that
Like
the size
Yeah.
of shells that this
all
thing
these
takes
thoughts are going through
probably
my
half
head
your
right
own
now.
When you go Jesse Ventura and Predator.
Mm-hmm.
Pick that thing up. I bet we can get some good mileage out of that. Just saying. Knocking on Nico's armor.
Like canonically, this just up
Are you
the
watching
Sorry,
stakes of
No,
what's
no.
possible in this universe. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
man, sure.
we've kind of always spoke about like the types of weapons
I-
potentially we could get and see
I
and
know.
make, but
Nico,
this
Nico
just
will look
puts
at
them like,
look at some of the new designs and
Yeah, they are.
Are there any like
Get to
drawings or
work,
anything
you know what I
on-
mean? Like,
on the counter?
it makes it so much more
you can see
real
that there
now.
seems to be a few contracts that have been
Yeah,
signed
and like
or put
you
together
see some of
recently,
these
commissions,
gift
some
ships
of
that are
which come with
basically just
blueprints
a
and sort of
platform
sketched out
around a
ideas of what the
cannon.
person wants.
Yeah.
A
Very
single
much
massive
not so much
cannon.
the
It's like
extreme
how can
details
we
of this, so the
extend that
sketches
to the
are
greater
very
gift
detailed.
verse?
Is there anything specific you're looking
I
for?
love it.
No, just actually
Love it,
like
love it,
design
love it.
because you'll notice Tin Man that a lot of like he'll switch his left arm from the arm motor or mode into the arm cannon, and you'll notice that a lot of the lines and whatnot bear resemblance to the firearms here.
Okay. I can see some of her work in your suit.
And to that end, Nico, you actually do see that one of the commissions looks to be a very large plasmoid. You see the dimensions on it, and it stands about 8 feet tall. It looks to be sort of in a juggernaut style armor where the entire head is a dome down to the shoulders, so the shoulders are sort of stuck in place. One of the arms is this massive cannon that look like it's you could fit Tin Man in the barrel.
Do I see him looking at this? Do I catch eye of it?
You can see that he's looking very intimate. Intimate.
No, intimately was the right word.
It's pretty intimate.
Tin Man
I gotta
round?
peer over. Can I take a look? Brandy yours?
And like Nico's actually going through trying to work about like how about like how would you be flexible enough to move in any capacity in that armor?
Do I notice any particular names, like not Arnauts, but the actual commissionees or commissioners on the forms?
This was
Anything stand out?
inspired by
I'd like you to
Dayton.
make a. Actually,
Is
no,
this
I'm not
the
going to
name
make a
you-
perception check.
You felt
Yes.
You look it over, and specifically at the bottom, you see notes on the blueprint itself, and many of them are putting forth the same concern that Nico has. How does this thing move? It's massive and it's heavy. No normal person would be able to move this. But as you sort of look around, you do notice that there is a piece of paper nearby with the similar similar markings on it, sort of a smaller sketch like they did while they were talking about the commission. And you see that it is signed with a V and then a scribble.
That's
Josh.
If you would like to determine if you can read it,
You look
I
at
will
him
let
for
you
a
make
second
perception.
too.
Gladly.
He's deep into something. You can tell.
I'll give him-
Yeah.
You're enamored with the blueprint at the moment. Tin Man, you read the name Varsha.
No response.
Okay.
For Josh?
Work like he knows
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he's not in the conversation, but I
Happens
get
on
it,
the
you
back
know.
of
Yeah,
the
it's
background,
an
and
important
you hear the sound
character
of heavy boots falling
for him.
With a
Yeah.
And I'm teasing him. I'm not
Yeah.
upset
and
with
a
him.
whipping
No, it's
towering
Yeah.
appears
It kind
in
of gives
the
us a
doorway.
little
I would like,
ammo.
are
You
either
know
of you
what I
trying to hide
mean?
the fact that you
Yeah.
observe yourself?
Maybe he's actively role playing his character because he's not there. You know what I mean?
Touche.
Yeah.
You got me there.
Nico's head is 100% like the helmet is retracted away, and he's like pseudopod the head around like
That's like 3 inches off it.
like looking at
doing?
the blueprint and just
Who's
muttering
he?
to himself, like,
He must be in
there's
Discord.
no elbow joint. It's like, Tin Man, there's
He
no
must
elbow
be
joint. How is
looking
that
up
arm
a
even get, like,
GIF or something in Discord?
It is for stability, Nico. You should know.
Great voice. I love the Russian hippos.
does it look cool?
Oh my gosh.
It's perfect.
Aesthetic was never my intention. You know that.
But Mark even does a face. Like it's not just a voice.
Mm-hmm.
Well met. You can see that the Cannon Master steps out.
Like his jaw goes
shaved
slack.
head,
Like this awesome.
She has a large graying handlebar mustache that sort of spreads out from her upper lip. She's wearing her blacksmith's vest, and you can see that she's wearing sort of a tan tunic and a pair of heavy-duty pants below that. She steps out and moves over. You can see she moves with a noticeable limp, but the power of her, just her entire being, is very much on show here. You've seen her lug these artillery pieces by herself. She is not someone who relies on others to get things like this done, even where you are not.
No.
Oh,
it's me.
damn.
Yeah. You can just go by Tin Man for now.
These scenes are gonna be
Tin
so
Man,
much
it's
fun when we're all around the
uninspired.
table. I just
But
I
Yeah.
cannot wait for that day.
So-
Like so much.
what can I help you with?
Soon.
And I
So
think that's where
soon.
we'll take our break.
Oh, we'll see you guys in 5. I'm excited. Awesome, guys. What an awesome episode. Thanks so much for tuning in. We're going to be back here real shortly with more great action. Before we go on a break, real quick, I just want to give another shout out to Eldritch Foundry for all the great minis they're able to make there.
I'm gonna start working on
Not only
key
them,
cards
but we
this
have a
week.
lot of more great partners to bring on.
You do an amazing job. This is
You
not
really
easy.
One of them's
You
gonna
know,
be
give
Mythic
yourself
Minis.
some
I
more
can't
credit with
wait
all due respect,
to
because
share
we're gonna
some
have to
of
be doing
their
this
great
too.
Yeah.
You're gonna be
We're
helping
partnering
us
with them
do
as
this,
well as
okay?
Eldritch Foundry here soon.
Well, I bought a
And
teleprompter for
Go
doing
check
this,
Eldritch
so
Foundry
we can
out.
literally
New studio more
from
often.
when
and a more regular
it's
We direct
GoFundMe
on the third.
actually drops.
She
I know we
fires
backed
once,
it, but
expects you to do the
I mean,
same
it was
twice and a
filled
third time, and as the
overnight.
third
It
one
was
goes,
the
she
biggest
downs drink.
GoFundMe ever.
Yeah, it was one of the
That was
bigger
like-
ones.
Trying to follow suit.
A while
Get
ago,
past the
8
mustache.
months ago. So
So I look
it's
up how
got to
many
be
holes do I see in the
something
ceiling? Has this been
soon.
done before?
Let me look at
You
it.
can see that there are a couple of older holes in the ceiling. It doesn't look to seem as though it's been done often. But
Oh.
every so often, it does seem. As you drink this, Tin Man, you're surprised that it doesn't burn as much as you think, but you get the unmistakable taste of gun oil. Nico, as you take a drink, it stings. It stings.
Yeah.
You get the taste of machine oil and bacon.
The outer shell of Nico just kind of like, just that orange peel feeling, just like it just like simmers for a second, like, no, what was that?
This is an old drink we used to have on our ships. The two things we often have in excess are cooking fat and gun oil. Turns out if you distill them just right, you get something incredibly strong.
I gotta say, this is probably my new favorite.
I don't think I would drink that, but that's nice to know.
If there is anything else you can do for me,
I'm not convinced it could be turned into an alcohol, but this universe has magic, so why limit ourselves?
And if you are in need for any further munitions, you know where you can find me.
No. Mark,
Oh, okay. So
clarify,
phase
the
3 of
shells
the
that,
Cosmere release,
Tin Man got,
which
are they
we're
basically
currently
like
in,
mini
by
black
the
hole
end of
shells?
Q2
You haven't
2025,
fired
we'll
them
send
from this,
PDFs
but
and
Yeah, for some
enhanced
reason, they're
digital
not black hole
add-ons
shells,
to
that's for sure.
backers.
correct.
During this time frame, we should be wrapping up
They look more
production
like
and beginning
slugs than
freight
anything.
shipments to our global distribution
Just,
centers.
I know one thing we brought up is that I
First
wanted
wave of
to kind of work
fulfillment,
on making
um,
mini black hole shells.
should begin
mine,
Q3.
But I have brought
so
that up
soon.
with her.
Damn,
Yeah,
that's really soon.
It sounds like
Yeah,
something that
we'll
you would have
wanna
brought up, and she sort of sees you looking at them
Kind
a
of
little more
maybe
intimate,
take some club
intensely,
time to
the right word this
review the
time.
books a little bit together
If
and
you
put
notice
together a
those,
game
they
plan
are
because
very
I would
heavy.
love
They are
to
made
be
from
streaming
an alloy
some Stormlight
caught iron
archive
and
content
quartzite.
like regularly.
Yes.
very rare.
There's such a huge
You may be able
following
to do
of
some of
it,
your tinkering on
And it's such a
And-
cool series.
and I don't
It's
know
worth a try.
if I know he does,
And
but I don't know if
gift
this
adage says that
actual
if the end result is an
storyline is
explosion,
based off of
it
his
is worth the
tabletop experience.
And she gave us
But I
three,
know
correct?
he plays.
Correct.
Right.
I know he plays like
Nico's gonna
something. So like aligning the club with that type of content is almost have to.
Nico's already kind of like pseudopod
But
one out of him and is like
by that
brought
time
it
we'll
up and
have
looking at it.
we'll have my house kind of wrapped up. And that's the studio moved over there, and we'll be able to make some of this stuff more regularly.
Well, Tin Man, let's do something about it.
And for once, perhaps keep your gun happy.
Yo, they got
There is a person in there.
big mashy wannabe on their team.
Wait, what?
Mary
Tim kind of
Moore.
lowers his hat, a little ashamed
Got
of
some
that
long
remark.
dreads, shitty beard, probably a bunch of dumb tattoos.
Is there anything else I can help you two with? I have work.
Competition. Uh-oh.
Yeah, a lot of things. You said there was a person in that weapon.
We'll talk more about it, Nico. You said you want to stop by your shop at some point.
Hey, and Nico just starts looking around at the walls and he goes.
It took me a minute to pick up on this.
And then we leave.
Are you talking about your store or hers?
Hers. Like right now, because there's nobody in there, and like there's
She's
people
soul
inside the
trapping
weapon.
people in the weapon. You know?
Tip my hat to the battle master as we work our way out.
Cannon Master, and one more gift to see our illustrious prince get his. She steps out with a small suitcase and walks over to you, Nico, and hands it to you. Inside are some works that I used, inspired by you. I wanted the chance to give them to you personally.
Ooh.
Nico kind of perks up and goes, "Oh, thanks," and kind of in that happy jovial, like again, still wearing full plate armor, bounds down the street and says, "Yeah, let's." Oh yeah, Tin Man, my shop. Come on, this way.
All right, so we're gonna head back over to Jade, the Lenin Czar.
It's so like Nico to get a gift from someone and not open it. Like he's very much on a mission to get back to his shop, and he's just like everything else is ancillary.
Starts to vibrate after a moment.
I love it.
Jade, you're very familiar.
I don't know if it was intentional on Alex's part, but it was really neat
It's just
touch.
neither of you have been far enough to have felt it in this fashion. The air around you begins to vibrate, and you hear a chiming, and you realize that this is rose gold setting off the horn that dictates the time in the belt. This is the second horn of the day, so it is going into evening. This is how people can set their watches and keep time while they're in the astral sea, at least in this region. This massive horn is literally the centerpiece of Renaissance. And Rose Gold, a warforged that you're familiar with, though distantly, has been tasked as its caretaker, and very, very meticulously keeps time to sound this every 8 hours.
Oh, I like that a lot.
Good
You're
vibrations.
not from here,
Mhm.
but this signals that it is now evening. So perhaps we should keep going.
Or it gets too late.
Of course, things come out in the shadows around here.
Yeah, we gotta see this guy
Eyes
about the
in the
ship.
open.
Get me to a ship. I don't disagree. It is getting dark, and I do not like the people who come out in this location.
Only I know
too
this
much.
setting.
So, if we could,
I mean,
get in here.
I
wanna
didn't.
kinda,
So
look
Mark mentioned,
over the crowd.
there's no darkness, and I
and,
just like, no, it's getting
since we're
dark
getting
because it's
closer.
just,
You are making your
I
way
got
through,
it. We all
the
got
street is
it.
particularly wide, so it's not difficult to move through the crowd.
Look at
with
my
the exception
face,
of you,
like,
Delaney
oh.
likes to just sort of charge through.
Yeah.
Sometimes backwards, giving peace signs.
and it's getting dark could also be it's a universal
Yeah.
experience. So it could just be like, hey, it's getting into evening. We should probably find a place to settle.
With the evening, the
That's
advent
not
of
what I
Yeah.
meant, but
it
in my
hasn't
head, the
actually
sun
gotten
was
dark.
going down.
And in the astral
So
sea,
then,
there's
like,
no
as
sunrise
soon
or
as you said
sunset.
that in my
Though
mind,
the
like,
phrase, "It's
literally
getting
the
dark,"
sun
is
was just
often
like,
used to imply perhaps
like I heard the rooster. I was like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely what I was. And as we get closer to the beholder, I'm gonna like kind of post up near the corner a little bit and see if we're getting tailed at all, and see if we actually truly lost
Post up,
them,
Vaughn.
or I'm just leading them back to exactly where they want to go.
All right, so you're gonna find a
I
spot
like
to the side to
I
keep
like
an
this
eye
little
on.
part of
Yeah, kinda,
synergy
like, post
between
up and
Jade and
chloroform a
Vaughn.
little bit. You know, like look.
We both post up. We're like, we're being tailed.
It's gonna
It's
create
just instant sync. We're both paranoid.
I see each other.
I'm gonna
In the
pop
same
up on a
cloth.
bar stool and swing my little feetsies.
Czar, perfect,
The
humor.
bar actually in the center.
Yeah.
There's a little island in the center with the bar stools all around it. You've managed to find an open spot while Valen and Jade.
This entire time I'm describing this, I'm formulating Jiggle Bean.
Make sure you're not being followed. You see a flump, which is a sort of a jellyfish-like creature that has these two little beady eyes and a big smile across the crest of his head. Well, hello there. Welcome to the Happy Beholder. My name is Jigglebean. How can I help you today?
Hi, Jigglebean.
Make sure that our players know what a flump looks like.
Yes.
I kind of refuse to believe that that was just improv because it was done so well.
Oh yeah.
Any further?
What is a flump?
That
General.
is a flump.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Hi, is Tony in
I didn't
today?
have a handout ready,
Tony.
which is a little bit of a hint that perhaps that was improv.
Oh, I mean, it went flawless. I mean, Tin Man posted it.
Yeah, like a legend.
Yeah, the fact that we know more than one beholder.
Dane's always got my back.
If you could let him know he's being asked for at the counter.
Yes.
And can I get a nail?
Interpretive
Damn.
dance.
Actually, hang on. Scratch the ale. I'm working right now. That's. I shouldn't do that again.
But it helps grease the gears. But yes, I will try to see if Luigi's available. I believe he's in the back rooms.
Please and
Is
thank
this
you.
just you crashing out?
Jade and Valera both to make a perception check.
Maybe.
All right. Let's see how this aura
The DM
farming
never
goes.
reveals his secret.
Not great.
Except for
I'm
behind
so
the
proud of myself in that moment.
Product quality.
I'm aura farming so hard right now.
Yeah,
Like,
I love the aura
yeah.
farming.
Get it. Ooh,
so hard right now, aura farming.
Yeah, let's go,
Plus
man.
10 million aura.
Oh,
Oh my lord.
I rolled a
Yeah,
little.
plus 11 is impressive.
Also,
Right.
aura farming to the
Blue's stealing it
max.
over here.
It's not
Yeah.
green,
Everyone's
but
just,
it is
oh my
max.
gosh, he's so cool.
Gosh,
And
he's
then
with
Jason's
an-
over there twice as cool.
with a natural 20, Valen, you do manage to make yourself a sort of settle in a little bit, and with your eyes darting around, you don't notice that some people start to notice you.
Oh yeah.
A couple people even point over there, and
What,
like
a
one
macho
table, you
man?
see they look to be like younger folk, and there's like a
Oh,
halfling
yeah.
and a half orc in there, and like one of the humans looks over and they're like, and like
I love the
just your
hand signals.
interaction
Yeah,
with
yeah.
him, he
The
stands
posing, the
up and,
peacocking.
sort of walks
Yeah.
over. Are you Valen Yosei?
You recognized me? I
I
thought
do.
so. Yes, I am.
You're incredible.
Thank you.
My family had a Yosei in Airedale for decades. They're incredible. They're wonderful people.
Oh, thank you, thank you. Yes, it was a privilege to work with them for so many years.
And so about you won twice.
I did. I sure
Incredible.
did.
Twice.
Can I get your autograph?
Absolutely. Yeah, of course. And I'll already have a pen in hand as like I unfold my arms. I already had a marker ready to go, and I'll like sign it, and then I'll
He
do.
holds up a piece of parchment for you to do so.
And I'll also sign it for Stardust too, just as a remembrance.
He's going to turn
Classic
around and
Stardust
sort of like
signature.
lift it up to show his friends, and you can see they're
You
all
don't get
absolutely
those too much
ecstatic.
anymore.
No,
And, like, you can hear
until
Moses,
you
like,
said
"He signed it for Stardust."
that you were adding
you
Stardust's
can see
signature,
the
I'm like,
little
oh, this kid's gonna turn around and sell it.
Jade, you're a little more subtle.
And then you said that you added Stardust signature. I'm like, nah, I don't have the heart for that.
You managed to sort of find a dark corner and blend in more effectively.
And just
The-
Valen hardcore.
As you're both sort of keeping your eyes out, Valen, you're using these individuals sort of as a cover as you sort of cast your eyes about.
Mhm.
You notice as a couple of people walk in after you, but none of them seem to sort of be on the lookout, like they're trying to keep an eye on you.
Nice.
With your incredible perception rolls, Valen with a natural 20 and Jade with a casual 28,
Yeah,
you see that
Hair flip.
Yeah.
love it. And I'll like make my way into the Happy Beholder and see if those like fans saw me and like kind of peer out the window and see if anyone else is looking for me for like autographs still, with like my marker in my hand.
You just set up a little table, just waiting. You notice a couple of people look around and sort of notice you, but
Yeah, and I'll put it away and then like look for Czar.
Don't
want to be seen
aside from those
seeking.
folks.
Yeah.
She's all sitting at the bar.
I
and
love it,
after a moment,
though.
Czar, you notice as
But I don't want anyone to know it.
Jiggle Bean sort of comes back out from the back room and following Miss Large Luigi. Yeah, what? Hey, you're back. Welcome.
We're back, Luigi. We're back.
You
Is
said-
our client still here?
He already left, but he left your stuff in the back there.
Oh, the roller coaster.
So,
He
like
went
that
just
he's
went
gone.
on.
You take me back to the room.
You do hear that, Jade. He's not being quiet.
Okay.
Yeah, I can take you back there. Just follow me.
He just
All right,
left. Huh. Guy owes me a ship, Luigi.
Well, I think you're gonna like what you find.
This whole time, Jade is just seething,
Whoa,
just
he owes us a
simmering.
Oh, well, of course, I meant
Let's set that straight.
us. But
He leads you to the back of Jade. And you follow him.
Jade is following.
Us, but
Are you the one that they were looking for?
Who wants to know?
but me.
Just Large Luigi. That's me. I'm just curious.
It's
He's
Large
cool,
Luigi,
but
that's
he's
me.
Cool.
Yes, Luigi.
Look, he's cool, and I'm gonna like give him like.
No. He's gonna sort of wave off Valen and Czar with one of his tendrils. No. She's a lady of discretion. I respect it.
Cool.
Now follow me. He takes you to the back room. He finds you find the lounge that you had met Nico in, and sitting on the table is a note, or a little map rather, and a folded-in Spelljammer seat.
Oh,
Sort of a collapsible Spelljammer helm.
all right. Zara, you want to read that note to us?
Yeah, absolutely.
Throw
You
it
pick
right
up the note
at
and you can
him.
see that it's actually a little drawing, a little map, and it shows the dock side, a little X.
It'd be really
where
funny
it
if Czar was
and it
nearsighted.
says Birth
Right.
47.
Just can't read it.
Where we heading to, big guy?
It says we're headed to Birth 47.
Whew.
I assume that's where the ship is, and I will pick up the spell jamming helm.
And I'm gonna,
however
like,
big it is.
Pick up one of the cups off and like wipe my finger around and like taste it to see if there's any more like drinks in there, and then like set it down and be like, well, we got 2 more people to find before we get out of here. Why don't we go find another drink before we got to get professional again?
What else did he leave behind? A map and a helm?
A spell jamming helm, a collapsible spell jamming helm. It is roughly
Someone
the size
please
of
acknowledge that.
a suitcase, and you can see the way that it folds outwards into a chair, basically.
I don't know the quality of it, but it is a ride off this rock. So
I believe he said it was a galleon. In my
Let's-
years on ships, that is the equivalent of a minivan.
This-
He's not wrong.
Does it have any specific sigils on it? Anything that differentiates from a regular galleon? What makes it so special?
So the chair itself, aside from the fact that not many spelljamming helms are collapsible, it seems to be more of a newer thing coming out. You do see that it has the sigils of whoever put this together on the bottom, which allows it to sort of float above the ground and project its influence out into the ship itself. The sigils themselves are particularly intricate. I'd like you to make a quick perception check for me, please. Are you looking for anything in particular?
I want to know if there is a house logo on it that I recognize.
Okay.
I gotta grab some water real quick. Oh my gosh.
Good God.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're a druid. That checks.
With a casual 30, the
Casual
visuals
30.
are actually very rudimentary. You do recognize a familiar script insofar as you know the hand of the man who put this together. Unpracticed in this particular art as he is, you get the feeling that this was handmade by Yaroslav.
Thank you. So it was him.
And do I see her looking at this over? You got something to add there?
If this is real, it could be bait. And if it's bait, I want to use it. And I want to get eyes on that arbor. Quiet ones.
It
That's the line
sounds
that's
like
good.
I'm being made a piece of the puzzle here in a very large scheme here. You want to fill me in exactly about what type of bait this is here? Because I don't want to take another fireball to the face again. What didn't
Your
taste?
eyebrow hasn't quite grown back. Yet.
I was gonna say it didn't taste
No,
terrible.
He would.
I want to eat another one here.
Gentlemen, I'd hate to say it, but you both, if
Fill
not
me
your
in.
whole
As soon as
crew,
you start talking,
more
I'm
than
like,
started
yeah,
an
wait for
actual
someone to get
quiet
here.
war in this city.
That's not the first quiet war I found myself in the middle of.
Honestly, I was expecting worse. So That's not the worst thing to be involved in.
Well, you gentlemen look like you've handled quite
You
a
could
few
deal
things
with
in your
that.
past.
That's that big of an ask. A little
Hope that you can
violent revolt.
But I would be incredibly wary about what is going on here. I don't like it. It's too open. It's too brash. It smells like a trap, and I don't like it.
You think this?
Jade's like, you guys don't know what's coming. And you're like, it's fine. And it's like, no.
I'm saying we shouldn't go claim this ship.
I'm not saying that.
Actually, she's thinking we be the bait in her trap here. That's what she's asking for us to do here. And I don't know. We got
You need somebody to innocently charge into this ship, open arms, pretending to be completely excited to pilot a ship
before
again.
we make any
I think I can do that.
Before we make any
Josh is a
decisions,
freaking
we need to
legend.
wait for Tin Man here to get here and Nico.
Oh,
Is that his
absolutely.
name? Was it
You were saying-
Nako or
you were saying,
Nico?
Jade?
I'm
Neko.
saying this is going to be a bit of a blockade rush. So if you jump in there quickly, it's not going to be a quiet exit. I imagine there's going to be other eyes, other people, other interlopers
gonna be
involved
fun.
in this that would have issue with
We got a few
you
things
leaving
to wrap up
with this
here.
nice fancy ship.
But then it's fancy.
What's a
Fun
quiet exit? I
exit.
don't think we've had too many of those.
Oh my. So subtlety is not common phrase in your group.
It's not like
it's not for lack of effort.
it's not a main objective, but it's definitely high up on the ladder of important things amongst our group here.
I see.
Which is one we don't talk about. Which one? The first rule of the group is we don't talk about too much of the group until the whole group is here, and we barely know who you are, and it seems like you're walking us right in to be the bait of a trap. Which I'm not saying
I'm
I'm
pretty
a.
sure she just told us not to walk in and be bait for a trap.
No, that's the exact opposite of what she's saying. She's saying we should spring the trap and run
This
the
part.
run. Which
I was saying spring the trap and run. She told me that was a bad idea.
no, your idea of getting it done was the poor idea, but it's still the. I think what she's saying, right? What are you saying there?
We're a very productive group.
At this
I
point,
feel
like,
it's bait.
Hold on.
But even though it may be bait, it might be worth getting it and running with it.
Oh yeah, we're on the same page.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I can trip a trap. Trip a trap. Big guy, get that ship.
True.
I'm down for this. They'll never catch us once we get out of this jungle rock.
All the words you tried to say right there.
Make it all too hasty exit.
Quite so. I have several errands that I need to run. I was caught between a dead drop. Thank you again for saving me, but I have several objectives.
We should really wait to talk about all this till everyone gets back. I hate talking business.
Then
without
about
every-
in 30
I hate to
seconds,
cut
I
you
remember
off.
that no one's coming here.
I mean,
And
it's not
Yeah.
necessarily business. It's just platitudes.
You heard the lady. Give her a drink.
Exactly. Drinks.
Oh, we can drink now?
That's what I'm saying. We have a little time to when I don't have to be professional again. Drinks.
I'll take whiskey and keep it coming.
I want
You
another.
ever heard of a Jade Tsunami?
I want another one of those Jade Tsunamis too.
I'm thinking of getting another Jade Tsunami.
Considering what it's done,
I can't wait to give you guys
I
your
think I'll just
tab.
stick with my whiskey.
You're lost.
so, Nico in the background is like, "Oh yeah, we probably should have told him to come here." And
Jade
he's like,
blissfully
"Write a
avoids the
letter,
tab.
write a
Like,
letter,
oh,
or, hey,
that's
come mess it up."
interesting.
They just like Astral posted to Czar.
I left my wallet in my other
As
dress.
you go, you lift it up,
Yeah,
to Czar,
just-
and you
It
send it
just
to
hit me
him.
how bad I was. Not
After a
messed up,
moment,
but
you
like
feel
a
sort
different
of like an
trajectory
invisible
where we were
hand
trying to go.
in your coin pouch.
That's all right.
Very obviously lifts
Yeah,
up
it's
a
fun.
single
It-
silver,
it adds to
says,
the
"For
story, but it,
service,"
like, the
and then
character,
floats
like-
away.
But
Take my visible postage
you
back.
can kind of see it on my face here.
Yeah.
So as
Just
you
going
sort
through
of,
my head right now,
settle
like,
in and wait
what can we do?
for Tin Man
Truth,
and Nico
truth,
to
truth,
get
it's
back,
in a lie.
Luigi does bring your
Yeah.
drinks. He gets.
It was
Czar
done
and
well. It was a peek into the
Tsunami,
characters. I thought it
and,
was
you know,
done very
his
well.
tankard of alcohol. And Jade, he
And it
gives
gives us a
you
little
your
little story behind him that
Yeah.
like we're all a little unsure
rounded
about.
out sphere-
Mhm.
or a sphere of ice in the center. I'm sorry, it's not the Dwarven stuff. It's a
Because
little
everything
complicated,
Jade said sounds like something
So
she
it's,
actually could have
whiskey
done
without the E.
or does do.
And
One was a lie.
I'll say, but before we do this, why don't we all go around the table and say two truths and a lie about
Two
ourselves.
truths.
Two tooths.
Two truths.
I love that you stuttered
like
because your
that. Tell me
character
it, Jade.
technically had a couple drinks.
Yeah.
Icebreakers.
Go on.
Just making these faces out of nowhere.
Really? That's what we're going with.
It's me
Who's blasted?
Watching her as she says them.
Okay.
And then realizing I have to go first.
Looks a little silly for a minute.
I'll go first.
Thank you.
The Gale Force.
I'm gonna run to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Yep.
Hmm?
I ascended early, and I am known well and far for my lovely voice. And then wait. I didn't know how to play this game. I wasn't sure if you're supposed to drink after you say it or not, or what. I couldn't remember the rules.
Come on, Zar, give us something.
Right there, you saw me. I didn't know if I would do the shot or wait. And I'm like, I guess maybe you wait. I'll see what everyone else. No, you kind of just.
All right.
Yeah, you kind of just say.
Well, afterward, you're supposed to pick which one, but we could always do that at another time.
Okay.
I have spent a fair share of time on a desert asteroid.
Yeah, they really did make a good scene though. My stupid face.
One of my eyes is prosthetic. And I used to have a very, very nice boat. Ship.
You know what? I'm actually not certain about that.
I don't believe it. And then I turned my gaze right at Jade.
Exactly one of my eyes.
Well, Jade?
Of the thousands of compound eyes.
I actually think that might be true.
All right.
Just holding the face.
I once poisoned an entire dinner party just to kill one man.
Effective.
Two.
Kind of
I still
regretting
sleep
my
with a dagger
decision
beneath
to
my
ask.
pillow.
Effective.
Why?
Three.
Like in character, like,
I've
oh,
never
this
done
is
a mission.
this girl's dark. Oh my gosh. I
Which
could.
one of those
Things
is a
stand.
lie? Oh.
As things stand,
Oh.
it's technically never
Efficient.
been
And then
Right.
I'll do my shot, and I'll throw it back, and you guys, I assume, do yours.
Yes.
And well, that is quite the lie you told there, Jade. It's tough to spot it, but I read it like a book.
That's on the wrong
You know
one.
what's getting Zap Brannigan energy? I'm getting Zap Brannigan energy.
Would you like to make an insight check, Valen?
Yeah.
In
Jade,
the game
if
of
you,
chess,
was a
never
fun
let your
scene.
opponent see all your pieces.
It was. We like that. It's
That was a
Jade,
good
if you
one.
like, if you're trying to be sort of surreptitious about it, you can make what was it? A persuasion check.
Oh. No, yours is perception.
Valen, you feel like you figured out what the lie is, but you also kind of feel like they're all kind of a lie. Jade sort of strikes you as the type that, for every truth she tells, there's a hint of untruth.
Interesting.
Yeah, don't trust her.
I'm so confused about which one's the truth or a lie. I'm just trying to play it off like straight poker face, but as soon as I turn around, I'm just like, whoa. Correct.
Nico and Zar. You. All right. Valen. Or not Nico, Zar. Yeah, sorry. Nico Tin Man. Wow, I cannot people today. I see what you meant. I'm like, okay, we'll just go back to the other three. So yes.
People are not in the same room.
Nico and Tin Man, you step out of the
That's
lever.
good.
Yes, Nevo. You step out of the lever and action into Gift Town. You're headed for Nico's shop, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
I just see you throw a note.
Well, I figured if after this we weren't gonna make it back to Large Luigi's. Let's just go to my shop. They'll meet us there, and I guess we're getting a ship.
Oh, assuming things don't go south. I trust Luigi to handle things there. Aberration aside, I get the feeling that place is probably more secure than it looks on the outside. But that figure there didn't rub me right, whoever he was. I get the feeling, most likely, if he is still there, he's probably not going to complete the transaction as is. Probably gonna have him do one of them, meet me at this location type of deals. So, more than likely, if we do meet up with them, there's probably...
I appreciate that Dayton makes this assumption in character after you guys have already discovered that he's not there.
Probably.
No, it's really well done because he did technically complete the transaction.
Yeah.
So, what you shot that here, boy?
And yeah, well, I'll lead him through, and it's going to be well off the main thoroughfare. It's like as you walk down, you see it's like there's that like prime real estate on the front. He's like, oh, it's turn here, and you turn, and you think you're about to, go into a shop, and it's like this like alleyway. You just kind of snake your way back, and find yourself outside of this small shack-like building with a purple and gold sign. And you walk inside, and surprisingly, you see a refrigerator, like an ice cream stand. And there's a wall. And it just says, like, it looks like, it says, like, really, really, like, poorly maintained glass. It just says gelato on it. And you look in, and there's no gelato. It's a refrigerator, but there are just bits and pieces of machinery and other, like,
wondering where he got this gelato thing.
Built and be like, oh, I can use that later. But
I was curious too. I'm like, okay, it's gelato and the stars. Okay.
Yeah.
And then you open up the back and you walk in, and it looks like a magic chop shop.
Chop shop.
You're actually a little astounded.
Together yourself?
New parents.
Did you put this place together yourself, or is this one of Orvis's old hidey holes?
No, this is kind of my own, but you do look in the back, and you'll notice, like, the desk work area. There's a drafting table that folds down, and it looks very reminiscent of, like, a rustic kind of cottage feel. And on there are designs and based around the black hole in his chest.
You've been busy, haven't you?
Tin Man, seeing these designs, something strikes you. The black hole in his chest you don't really see anything inside of it, as it is sort of a negative space. You can only really see the accretion disk around it, which is, of course, of that vibrant gold that sort of permeates Nico's body like veins. Though the device itself has a single sphere in the center and 3 rotating rings around the edge. This looks identical to the same device they were talking about at the academy that you could not say the name of.
I have to draw this.
Furthermore, what's got sort of laying across a corner of the paper, the
Yo,
itself,
you know what's also crazy?
is a very ornate dagger.
I'll
It's
have to
extremely
send you some of
functional,
them.
but you can tell
The
that it was
amount
probably
of people
like
that
the leather of the
reached
handle was
out now
replaced
that we
with
hit
nicer
10K,
leather. The
wanting to
handguard
do
is
art for
functional.
us
It is
is
utilitarian,
insane.
but it is of a
Yeah.
immaculate.
And
make.
I'm always
Nico,
like,
you know
hey,
this, of
you gotta
course,
join
as
our
the dagger
Discord.
that
You gotta
played
watch the stream. We have
but Tin Man,
a
you would
graphic
recognize
artist in
it
the club
as you've seen
who
Blade
can
Out
help
and Nico
coordinate if you
with
want
this
to
one.
help.
Once
And they
before,
are always
some time
like,
ago, what you
oh,
do-
sorry, never mind. I'm like, well,
in a
join the
little
club,
bar called
There's
Frozen
plenty of art that has to be made.
know,
Please pick a topic.
I always-
There's so much.
I always tell them
And
that you
I'm just kinda
gotta
leaning forward
jump
and
in the
say, "Wait,
Discord and get
that
involved.
you?"
And there's someone who's
Don't
coordinating
raise
all
too
this
much
stuff,
of it.
looking for like artists to help.
Just
So,
want a million
anyways,
service
ever since we hit 10K, I've had like 5,
Well,
6 like
I
inquiries
say, Cody, impressed.
about
wow.
doing art for the
Well,
show by
we
different
took the
graphic
one-
Love
artists.
it.
whose name I cannot say. That one in particular. What,
None of them will be ever be quite our Marino.
No, never.
I mean, just the basics, like, hey, help me with stickers and like, t-shirts and stuff like that. I'm trying to get the finer lines done on different character, whatchamacallit, the character arts.
Yeah.
It's just, it takes time. I have to go through videos. But I gotta poke you guys and get more details, especially with Nico's character.
All I can say is it's interesting.
But yeah, it's been kind of fun and cool to
a way of
have
organizing.
people reach out like that to say,
Yeah,
hey,
definitely.
I saw
Going
the
into,
stream. I'm like, that's great.
in great
Leave a
detail
comment,
about
like,
magic
share on
runes
YouTube,
and how they all connect
please,
together,
please do
and
all the
essentially like
things you need to do, and then you can
professor level,
talk about
explanation.
other
And
stuff, please.
see, that's not the whole.
Like we're a group that
That's great.
like
You
we
can
know
design
each
all of this,
other.
but
We
there's like the command.
it's not just random people we drew
controls
together.
And I kind of like show
and,
him how essentially taking
You know,
that and
a lot of it too.
binding it into
3 of them where
an
they
object.
wanted
That's
like
what becomes like
paid,
the
content
the
for some of our
explanation.
characters. I'm like, yeah, I'd love
100%
to do that.
nerding out.
But like, I want to get like Marina paid for some of our art.
And
first.
Yeah.
Name the device.
How would I feel?
Yes,
Oh,
because
let
it
me
is
pay
my
you
arm.
$100
Well,
for this,
if it was,
whatever. You know what I mean? It's like
the
No, you gotta join the club. You gotta watch the streams. You gotta be involved. That's how you get access.
Do you list out the other names?
Yeah. Do you have the?
Oh, where did I put that list of names?
Well, we have our aces in their places.
Exactly. That Tin Man might recognize. So as you sort of count off these lists of names, you hear.
Nice to know I'm not totally replaceable.
Never.
This was the word you could not say.
You're part of the boardroom now.
I'm gonna try to mouth the word now.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm like seeing all your updates. I'm like, oh, this is cool.
That's where all the fun,
it is the rocks
behind the scenes conversation goes.
With the ORDUS.
The direction.
I just kind of gestured like.
I love how casual it is. Like you guys are all just goofy, and it's adorable. I say that with love.
That's how this whole industry.
And I'm gonna like grab my tool and start looking at the top of Tin Man's head, like
share all the.
All right. Back up. As he does this, my hat actually kind of
that's the vibe.
Of the Fapple brand industry.
We got 7 viewers tonight on our review here. That's
nice.
Pretty good numbers
Good.
for a review. Thanks for everyone tuning in. Make sure you check out our new partner down below at Eldritch Foundry. They'll make all your minis for you. They do a great job. We've been working with them for a few months now. We have an Eldritch Unlimited account. It's fantastic. We've all been just making so many minis. We're going to be bringing to the stream soon. And now they offer digital assets too. So when we operate our virtual tabletops, we'll be able to make all of our assets through them. And kind of have one spot for all the mini action we need. So make sure you use our coupon code DDC Live for 15% at checkout. When you do that, it lets them know that we sent you. We got a link too. I'll post that after this is updated. But you can always use that coupon code and let them know that the Dirty Dice Club sent you. We have a lot of cool projects coming up here, and they're going to be a great partner. And them and a few other here. And I can't wait to more officially announce all the partners involved. And it's all going to be coming out in the next few weeks. I actually left a few crumb trails of comments on certain accounts and content they posted recently. And if you go and look at all my comments and to some of the partners, you might be able to put together what exactly the Dirty Dice Club and some of these partners is going to be bringing to the table of tales. But that's all I'm going to say. It's the only the kind of collab we've done so far with them.
Point at the singularity.
It's kind of cool.
This Black Tortoise.
It's really cool.
I don't know what Orbis was doing, what he was planning, but I think it connects back to
good music choice again.
Pat my holster.
Coming into the end here.
Connects back to Dove somehow.
High energy.
Makes her anxious.
Yeah, your music choice has been spot on, by the way.
You're the one that gifted Scott
Thank you.
that spear, weren't you?
Oh,
I'm not just saying that. Like, oh, hey, this is a nice song.
Tinkering.
Yeah, it really adds the nice dramatic feel to the mark edit that the live published version doesn't have.
Let's just say he was showing me how to throw, and well, you have to throw, you have to run and get it, come back. It's like, what if it just came back and you could just keep throwing it? Way more convenient.
I don't know what you're doing tomorrow, Marina, but I'll be up at the studio.
However you made that happen.
Pretty much almost all day and afternoon. If you want to come up and check it out, see how it's going. Let me know what you think.
Yeah, I could swing by. I don't have anything going on tomorrow aside from like gym and some art. So yeah, I could swing by and say hi.
Yeah, I'll
help you out.
Here and over there. He's coming to work with me tomorrow, so probably be over
Nice.
around 9, 10ish. Depending on what my morning looks like, but I'll show you around. You get to see all the magic. It's so awesome.
Love it, love it, love it.
And if there's any items you want on the shelf or on the walls that are very Marina or Jade or whatever to add a little character to the set, you know, bring them along either tomorrow or really whenever. We can start working them in. You know, if there's any art pieces you want to get out there, really whatever. We have a lot of shelf space, wall space that we can hang and highlight stuff.
Okay, you just turned a little light on in my head. Posters, 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 posters. So nice, nice.
One of our partners here, so I'm not gonna say yet. Is gonna be reaching out. I gave them your email.
You had Ritual Cast identify on Gov
with
while you were gonna leave
content. They need to have some stuff printed and how
Nice.
to invoice them.
Yeah, I've not seen any emails come in, but like poke me when like, hey, you know, they sent you something, just because I get a lot of emails every day from Staples and like other print places that I work for.
Yeah, he just reached out again today, asking for the email address again and letting me know that it's probably gonna be coming this week at some point.
That they almost feel familiar.
We don't really need
Alrighty.
We really don't need it to like mid-July though, so like no rush on it.
With your magic.
But tomorrow when you see the studio, you'll get a better idea of where and sizes of stuff we'll need.
The first one.
Yeah, I'll bring some measuring tape because I know that I can do a foam board insert for the table. So.
And then I have to paint our logo on the top of the table too. So at some point we gotta do that because it's got those wooden tops. So I want
and subtle
kind of our logo on that.
And you get the sense of incredible danger.
Working on a few art
from
projects,
the energy
starting them tomorrow.
You're almost entranced simply by interacting with it.
Do we have to treat the wood?
With your
no, I was just gonna like paint it with some gold paint.
You don't get much from.
It's kind of already treated.
You also sense the final wisps.
I've never hand drawn
identity
our logo
of the casing.
Marina, really quick, you had dropped out for this scene, but its description might be relevant to you.
And of an incredible capability of perception. So as you touch it, you almost see the world around you in full, Neji from Naruto, 360-degree fashion. And after a moment, you come back in, and you are a little surprised that you are now back to being just you. But that you feel like a final breath come from that shell. And as you sort of come back in, you see standing behind Tin Man is a slender, lace-covered, but almost frail-looking metallic skeleton with a burnished steel face that only shows her blue eyes. She stares at you intently through the lace of her cowl. You can sense them too. The memories.
Still waving.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's where we'll call it for the night.
Is that who I think it is?
Great episode. We lost Marina there at the end there. She was having a little computer problems at the beginning, but great episode, guys.
Who do you think it
everyone
was?
Tuning in.
Sleepwalker?
That was awesome. What a great night.
The one standing behind Dayton?
Away.
No,
So
the one that was described,
was a bit more of a chill
maybe.
Session as we were sort of coming down.
Specifically when Nico touched out the magic of the shell.
Just sort of actually getting in their heads and seeing how they interact.
Let me.
They've had a little bit of
in
bonding
the video. That's nice.
Tension.
What's that?
But yes, thank you so much for everyone being here. Have a wonderful evening. Don't forget to wash your dice. And then in a couple of weeks, we'll see you in the stars.
Yeah. Later.
Okay. So the individual who showed up behind Tin Man is not Sleepwalker. It's not Osith.
Okay.
But the sense that Nico got from the magic of the shell might sound familiar.
I did catch on to that too with the Neji 360 thing.
Yes.
Yeah, I was like, "Ooh!" When I heard that and I saw it in the chat room, like that's interesting. But I'm like, "Nice, that's a shell, though. Why a shell? That is something." This is interesting.
Yeah,
Okay.
one of the shells that belongs to the dove.
Okay.
Interesting.
I love that you're like inventing and doing all these things behind. Like, I didn't know what the hell that was until you brought it up. I'm like, oh, that's cool. I'm just kind of going on my life.
Right. and I'm intentionally like dropping hints of things, and the idea is that down the line you will all put these things together and be like, oh shit. Yeah. That's the intention. But I also like sort of pointing them out so that people can mark them down, as it were.
Yeah. Well,
thank you for bringing that up.
Great review, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching and tuning in on this review. We have 8 viewers right now. That's great for a Monday night review of the episode. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Go check out our new partner, Eldritch Foundry. Also check out our new partner, Mythical Meats. Use our coupon code DDC Live and let them know that we sent you. Thanks for tuning in. It's been fun. We'll see you guys next Monday. You guys got anything for us before we get out of here?
Have a good night. Stay safe.
And stay tuned. Check out our